DHI. Okay, DHI believes, or the report states that. So, writing is changing, but it should stay the same for report writing. Report writing is not becoming any more or less casual. It's still formal writing. Okay? So professional writing is formal in tone and is meant to be objective. This means the focus is on the writing rather than on the writer. So you're not the center of attention, the report is the center of attention. So the voice is this executive summary, or this literature review, or this report. Okay? The objectivity requires the paper you are writing should not be a piece of personal opinion. So that's where the facts come in. Okay? And down the bottom here, we have a little text box which gives you examples of how to change from the first person into basically removing yourself from it and making it into that formal style of writing. So I argue that, this report argues that. Okay? Now we probably wouldn't use this report argues that for DHI because it's quite strong. Okay? So we might say this report states that, or this report recommends that. Research the issue. I used semi-structured interviews as my methodology. The chosen methodology was, okay? And after this, I will analyse topic X. Subsequently, topic X will be analysed. I found that. It was found that. Okay? This goes back to what we did a long time ago when we talked about using the passive in reports and things like that. Okay? Second person becoming the third person. You can read further about this in further discussion on this topic is found at stating facts, the work of Smith and Jones. In the work of Smith and Jones, you may find it difficult to replicate this experiment. Replication of this experiment may be difficult. Your reading will be more effective if you have a study plan. Use of a study plan. Okay. So being specific, although pronouns such as she, he, and it, and they are writing in the third person, they can confuse the reader if used near the beginning of a sentence. So you can start the sentence with a noun. Okay, so you can say the report at the start of the sentence, so there's no confusion. The interviewees were, the clients were, rather than they. Okay, the chemical reaction took place straight away. It, the staff nurse, ensured that the wound was, rather than she ensured. Okay, so you can change it around a little bit, but you put the focus on the writing. So if you're writing a nice, long technical report, it could probably be for your client, but if you're writing an EIA, maybe it could be a public document, okay, open for everybody. What did we say? How long should our executive summary be? 10%. I like that. That's stuck in the mind, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So about 10% of what your overall report is. Okay. So I think Sandy, you said you had a 140-page report, was it?
Yeah. I ended up with 2 or 3 pages of
executive summary. Yeah. Okay. Do you think that was enough to summarise the report adequately?
I think it depends on what kind of projects.
Yeah. I suppose it depends, because what we spoke about the last time was you said you had 140 pages and maybe 40 was appendix, or was that 140?
40 appendix.
40 appendix, so 100 was... Okay, so you're probably really summarising the text more than like on your appendix. So if you have a 140-page document, you probably don't need to kill yourself to get to 14 pages of an executive summary, because then it becomes too long. Okay. When do we write our executive summary? The last part, yeah. Okay. After we've finished all the reviews of the report, we then start writing our executive summary. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess. Yeah. We're just going to be editing the executive summary every time we go through the process, and it's going to be slightly problematic. Yeah. Okay. So going back to this writing in the third person, whenever we're writing our reports,